Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at just Bitcoin actually, and the Dixie, the dollar index, and Bitcoin dominance, because we want to know if there's going to be a continued move with altcoins. And I'll let you into a little bit of a clue. I think there probably is. But before we go into any more detail, I just want to let you know that I have a referral code for Binance that you may or may not be interested in. Now, if you've already got a Binance account, you can set up another one. You might as well do, because this one will give you 20% back of all your trading fees forever, for the entirety of that time that you'll have that account. Every time you make a trade, you'll get 20% back of your fees reimbursed back to you in the form of commission. So unless you're buying and selling with fiat currency, you can have multiple Binance accounts. They just get a little bit precious when it comes to obviously paying from credit or debit cards. If you're not doing that, if you're just buying and selling crypto, then this is perfect opportunity to save yourself some money. Set up with the link that I've got provided below. Anyway, let's have a look at some of these. So Bitcoin is still within the pitchfork tool, and as far as I'm concerned, this is where we're going to stay until we break out of the pitchfork tool, and then basically that will be time to go long on this. At the moment, we're dancing around these levels, and we're not really finding anything significant of any, nothing really to say that it's going to get any signs of strength or anything like that at the moment. I'm not really feeling the way that Bitcoin's just playing this at the moment. So if we have a look at all these other indicators and we'll turn off that for the moment, we don't need that. We're basically hovering around the center of the Bollinger Band as well. So we've got support on this one here, we've got supports down here, we've got a top here, we've got a top there, basically a support there, and a top here and a support. And now we're trying to make our way towards the top of the pitchfork. So, I mean, things will get interesting for Bitcoin if we break out of here and close above here, probably anywhere on a 4-hourly candle. So I'm talking levels of 38,500. That would be the time to start to really focus on it, because if we break above that level and start to make moves from it, I think that I would be pretty confident to suggest that at that point the moves will have a sustained move to the up and move on to a new all-time high. And that's pretty much the ins and outs of Bitcoin. At the moment, I don't have a preference of direction. This does look like a consolidation, but consolidations with Bitcoin these days don't often last very long. The Bollinger Band is catching up to the price action, basically meaning that the dumps are getting shorter and shorter. Basically, this could be a bullish reaccumulation, a bullish consolidation, and basically, I'm not going to go long, nor am I going to go short on this asset until basically we break out. For me personally, I wouldn't even try to take shorts if we were to break down from the center of the Bollinger Band, because that's still going to be pretty steep, upwards facing. Governing the trend is still up. I mean, at the moment we are above all major moving averages again, even though we're still within this pitchfork. So that's basically the deal with Bitcoin, not having any bias to it. In fact, it's just lending itself to the Bitcoin dominance. But before we look at that, I'm just going to quickly show you where the Dixie is actually bouncing and is continuing to bounce. We've still got this buy signal on the daily that's still playing out. Not really seeing any reason why this is going to fizzle out anytime soon. A lot of people, across the board, all financial markets, desperately waiting for some kind of stimulus package to be presented, and basically as a result of that, tank the dollar again. But look at it in this respect. If we go back in time, this is a multi-year chart now. We have been down here before. Interestingly enough, this is 2017 into 2018, where Bitcoin had an all-time high. I wonder how that happened. I wonder why that's so much of a coincidence. It's probably not a coincidence, is it? I mean, when you see the dollar dying off like that to basically lower lows and lower highs, then commodities, assets and cryptocurrencies do feel the benefit of that, as well as other trading pairs like the dollar versus the pound, and you can see that the pound is actually really strong at the moment in comparison to the dollar, and there's no real reason for that. The pound shouldn't really be valued at that level, considering everything that's going on in the UK. Anyway, that's a different story. But you see where I'm coming from. So this is a multi-year low, and we're finding a bounce from the first part of that support level. So no big deal, and that's kind of what we expected. Where are we going to go from here? And that's the important thing. So I would expect that we probably make our way to 91.5 before we see any kind of significant pullback on that. We don't have a sell signal on this. We probably aren't going to get one. This will meander around, but at the moment it's looking all right to me. It's looking pretty good. 4 hourly says that there is a chance of a slight pullback, but we have reclaimed the 200 exponential on the 4 hourly. That's a big deal. This could mean one thing, which is that if this turns to support, we will be making higher highs. So unless Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies find some significant money from somewhere, it's probably going to slow down a little bit with Bitcoin. Anyway, that's that deal, and the Bitcoin dominance is the new most interesting part of this this analysis, which is basically are altcoins still going to filter through to have this rotation period, so an alt season basically. At the moment, we have broken down beneath these multi-year, what used to be resistance, and should have turned to support. And it tried itself to support, and we've broken down there on the weekly. And now, the question is, are we going to break above there? So we've got the 200 exponential above us. We've also got this descending trend, which may become a resistance level. If this ends up being resistance, then yeah, we're looking for another step down for Bitcoin dominance, and that's going to be pretty significant for altcoins. Even if the Dixie bounces or continues to rise, should I say, as long as it's doing it incrementally and slowly, there's a very strong chance that this rotation from Bitcoin into altcoins is going to continue, and it won't take a great deal for some of these altcoins to pump massively. So I'm not really talking about the big top cap coins, although that they probably will still see things like 50%. I'm talking about Ethereum and Chainlink and Polkadot maybe even still got more room to move. I'm talking about the mid to low caps. They're the ones who are going to really feel the benefits of this rotation period if this cycle were to complete, moving us down to where I think is probably going to be a likely scenario, but yeah, roughly around about 64% dominant, maybe a little bit less, but who knows? At the moment has been a significant retracement from this top, and this is where I was saying, on the channel, now's the time to scale into altcoins. We're coming up to this top area of the resistance, and this would be the right thing to do, and it's played out perfectly. A lot of us, especially on my Telegram chat and my Patreon and my YouTube channel, I think we've been doing that, and now we're reaping the rewards. The question is now, should we start to scale back into Bitcoin in the event that we do have a bounce here, or should we continue with this ride? What should we do? Well, unfortunately, I don't have an answer for you at that point. Now we're at a crossroads where this could get extremely good for altcoins. So maybe for me personally, I'm always limiting my exposure. I've got multiple sell orders for assets, and there are certain things where I have running all the time, like my bot trading here. My bot trading's basically been going strong. I leave the bot trades to move. They are like the ultimate hodl account. So those who follow me on this channel, I started this bot in November, and I had $1,200. Now I'm more or less above $15,000 now in just about 60 days or so. So it's not really too bad at all. For this to continue to work, I have to leave it working. So whether the market tanks or continues to go up, the bots will be essentially hodling while spitting out more profit for me. So in that respect, I'll keep those going. But generally, limiting my exposure around about these levels is the right thing to do. But I'm pretty confident that the odds are in the favour of a continued alt season, and the bigger moves are going to go into the mid to low cap coins. So if you want to know more about those, join my Patreon, and I can talk to you directly, I suppose, answer your questions directly. You get access to 2 live streams a week, plus tutorials about how I spot some of these epic moves. Or just join the Telegram chat, but I'm not present on there as much anymore. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you have a nice day, and take it easy.